Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Today I want to talk about my experience so far with my daughter as she begins her teething journey and her first tooth comes through. If you'd like any more information on teething, then check out the NHS link in the description box below. Bear in mind that I can only talk about my experience with my daughter's teething. Feel free to share your teething journey in the comments section down below. So teething can be a very distressing and difficult time for both babies and parents. For example, your child may not be sleeping as well as they would typically. They may be chewing on anything and everything they can get their hands on. They may be in a lot of pain or discomfort and distress, and they may even have a little bit of a temperature. Meanwhile, parents/carers of teething babies often are sleep deprived. They may feel very stressed out, and they may even feel upset because their child is in pain. For me, I first noticed my daughter Ellie had started teething when I saw that her gums had become very swollen. After a couple of weeks of swollen gums, I noticed that her bottom front tooth were beginning to break through the gum, which, it felt very, very sharp. I had done a little bit of research on teething and I found out that the bottom incisor is often the first tooth that comes through. Ellie was 6 months old when I noticed that her gums were swollen, and she was 7 months by the time her first tooth was actually starting to come through. She was crying even more than usual. She seemed very, very restless, fidgety. She was hardly sleeping on a night. She would often have a red cheek. She was wanting to just chew on everything. We also noticed that she was rubbing and playing with her ear quite a lot too, which can also be an indicator of teething. Me and my husband, on the other hand, we were sleep deprived, stressed. I personally was very upset because I knew she was in pain and I just felt completely useless. I dreaded bedtimes. It was awful, to be honest. Any kind of routine that your child has prior to teething, just forget about it, because teething, it comes along and it just completely throws out all routines. Me and my husband Simon thought we'd cracked the code with her sleeping, and it was getting to the point that she was actually sleeping all the way through on most nights. But then she started teething and she just was not sleeping at all. We were lucky if we got about 3 hours sleep on a night, and we were and still are completely exhausted. Long story short, both me and Simon found teething very difficult, very full on, and I dread to think how uncomfortable Ellie was as well. We have a long way to go with her teething too, as she currently only has her first tooth through. Looking in her mouth now, it looks as though her gums are particularly swollen on the top front, so it's looking likely that the top incisors will be the next teeth to show up. Teething is such a milestone part of your baby's development, and although it's been difficult, it's really been truly amazing to see Ellie develop and change and get her first tooth. There's a few things you can do to help your baby through this teething stage. For example, you can purchase a teething ring or another form of teething toy, and you can distract them from their pain by just playing with them. The NHS teething link that will be in the description box has other tips and information about teething as well, so feel free to check that out. Me and my husband used a mixture of baby Calpol, we used teething toys, and we also were just trying to distract her as well from the pain. Let me know in the comment section what your experience with your baby teething was. I hope you liked this video. If you did, leave it a thumbs up. If you're new here, subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.